Hey everybody, Pastor Zach here. It's so good to be back. Um, yeah, it was an interesting couple of weeks. Um, I had gotten on March 10th after service, um, got through service, barely lost my voice, and I believe it started as allergies, but then went to bronchitis and laryngitis in the midst of it. So I was without being able to speak, except maybe a one sentence whisper for about a week. Um, and then bronchitis and recovering from that. And while got on the antibiotics and got through all of that, still recovering. It's been something. It's been something. I'm not one that usually gets sick for very long, couple of days. Um, and yeah, it's been tough. So it's good to be back. It's good to lead worship this past Sunday, especially as we go into this season of Holy Week, this season of preparation, this season of walking, this season of realizing the depth and the breadth of what this all means. Palm Sunday service, for me, the way we do it here, is always really special. And if you missed it, you can catch it on Facebook, on our Facebook page, or on YouTube. Because it has this sense of what truly has taken place, and the pain and the grief and the power struggle, but more so it shows the level of God at work in the world, which I think is really powerful and really so much needed. And I think what strikes me here and now, especially, is that, Jesus had this power. Jesus had the power of God to call down the angels, to pull him off the cross, to become king. And yet he didn't. He wasn't seeking power. He was seeking to show the depth of love by serving, the depth of love by sacrifice. And I think sometimes that gets missed or overlooked, or, groups want to put Jesus in front of everybody and force this belief when Jesus just said, follow me, listen, pay attention. There was not a demand. There was not a requirement to believe or else from Jesus. But there was an openness. And I think we can remember that this week. And I think it's something to internalize and to think about as we see all that is going on in the world. Thank you, Mary. Yes, March is definitely a time to get sick because of all the weather changes, and it has been up and down. And yes, I'm recovering. I'm not saying I'm recovered, but I'm recovering. But I think this powerful message of this week, and it's not done. We go through this sort of overarching events on Palm Sunday, and then the rest of the week, Monday, Thursday, Good Friday, we go through those final days, and those services are really meaningful as well. This Sunday, we're in the Gospel of John, and we hear about Jesus washing the disciples' feet, and what does it mean? And I've been reading some commentaries, and it's interesting because people want to ignore the fact or choose to sort of say that Judas wasn't there when Jesus washed the feet. But as I read the text, Judas was there. We know Peter was there, but Judas was there, and Jesus washed his feet. And I think as we go through this week, what does it mean for us to wash Peter's feet? What does it mean for us to wash Judas's feet? But what does it mean for Jesus to wash our feet? And I think it's something to remember as well, is this notion of, yes, we are called to serve, but we also have a God who serves us, who cares for us, who welcomes us, who greets us at the table with a meal, and then washes our feet. In those powerful moments, yet in those simple moments, God is at work. With all that is going on in our world today, for me, it is a constant reminder of what I am called to do, of how I am called to act, and realizing that I don't always meet those standards. And yet, I then have a Savior who washes my feet. And maybe I echo Peter's words, Lord, are you going to wash my feet? This is a season. This week in and of itself is a holy season. If you've missed Lent completely, I invite you. Connect this week. Find opportunities to worship, to pray, to be in conversation, to deepen faith. To find ways forward. To hear this message. Maybe anew, maybe you've heard it before, maybe it's a message that you haven't heard before. That faith to you is foreign or challenging or just tough. Jesus never said it would be easy. Jesus never said we would get everything we wanted if we just believed hard enough. Even the path that Jesus takes reminds us of the depth and the breadth that God goes to for our sake, for your sake, for my sake, for the sake of the world, for all the world. And that's a reminder too, we're in the Gospel of John, and that is one of the things that John really pushes, is that it's not just for those that believe, but it's for all the world. And our call is to serve the world, not asking if they are worthy. Because Jesus didn't ask. Jesus didn't ask if the disciples were worthy for the last meal or were worthy that he would wash their feet. He just did it. He just served them in love. And says, I've given you an example. So that's where we are this Holy Tuesday. That's where we're moving forward towards. We want to get to Easter. We want to get to the empty tomb. We want to get to all of the joy, but we're not there yet. Let's not rush it. Let's walk this story together. I want to invite you to worship with us this week. Monday, Thursday, we will be on site or online at 7 o'clock. Good Friday, this Friday, we will be on site or online at 7 o'clock. And Easter morning, we will have an 8:30 and a 10 o'clock service, both on site and online. And if you are on site, goodies in between. Some really yummy stuff as we gather together in community and share in that celebration. So I invite you to all of those services as we gather, as we celebrate, as we walk this week, as we live into this week that is coming. I invite you to reach out, to ask questions, to share your thoughts, to pray for Baltimore and for all that is happening down there, for the first responders, for the families who are waiting to hear. I invite you to share this if it's been meaningful for you today, or if you know someone whom it might speak to, so we can broaden the community and so we can grow together. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thanks for all your support and your prayers. Appreciate it. We'll see you next week. God bless. Bye.